You need to stop starting and quitting. You need to stop being the man who makes grand promises every Monday and forgets them by Thursday. That emotional roller coaster between motivation and abandonment is not ambition. It is self-sabotage disguised as intention. Picture this. It's 5:30 a.m. The alarm goes off. The gym is empty. The world is silent, and your mind immediately begins negotiating. Just today. I'll compensate tomorrow. I need more rest to perform better. You turn to the other side, pull the blanket over your head, and choose the familiar path, the path of excuses. This is not because you are broken. Your brain is wired to conserve energy, to avoid discomfort, to keep you inside the comfort zone. That's biology. But discipline begins where comfort ends. What separates men who talk from men who execute is not motivation. It is structure. It is internal architecture strong enough that action no longer depends on mood. Discipline is revealed on bad days. Anyone can execute when conditions are perfect, when energy is high, when money is stable, when life feels aligned. But real life is inconvenience, rejection, exhaustion, uncertainty. Real life is the project being canceled, the relationship ending, the unexpected setback. That is where identity is tested. Discipline is not doing what is easy. It is doing what is necessary, when it is inconvenient. Marcus Aurelius did not wake up every morning inspired to write reflections. He wrote because he understood that the mind, if not trained daily, weakens. Consistency outweighs intensity. Doing a little every day is more powerful than doing a lot occasionally. The man who shows up for 6 months straight will outperform the man who explodes with motivation for 3 weeks and disappears. Forget dramatic transformations. Forget turning your life upside down in 30 days. The problem is not the size of your ambition. It is the size of your first step. You want to build an empire but cannot organize your desk. You want respect but break promises to yourself daily. Real transformation happens in the microscopic. 1 glass of water before touching your phone, 10 push-ups every morning, 5 minutes of focused reading, small enough to never skip. When a habit is too small to fail, it becomes powerful enough to reshape identity. Each kept promise rebuilds self-trust. Each repeated action becomes evidence that you are someone who follows through. There is a brutal law most people ignore. What does not grow decays. Muscles, courage, discipline. If you are not pushing yourself, you are shrinking. Growth lives outside comfort. Always. You do not build strength lifting light weights. You do not build resilience choosing easy paths. Discomfort is not the enemy. It is the forge. Seneca practiced voluntary discomfort, not for suffering, but for preparation. When you avoid difficult conversations, you pay later in lost respect. When you avoid difficult effort, you pay later in lost potential. 5 minutes of courage can save years of regret. Every time you choose the easy path, you vote against your stronger self. Every time you choose resistance, you expand your tolerance for pressure. Mediocrity does not hurt immediately. It compounds silently. 1 skipped workout, 1 delayed decision, 1 avoided opportunity. It feels small in the moment, but 5 years later, you look in the mirror and see a man shaped by compromise. The price of mediocrity is paid in installments. The price of discipline is paid up front. Both demand something from you. Only one builds you in return. If you continue depending on motivation, you will continue living in cycles. Motivation is emotional, and emotions are unstable. Some days you feel unstoppable. Other days you feel empty. If your execution depends on how you feel, your progress will always collapse. Motivation is the spark. Systems are the fuel. A spark without fuel dies fast. A system continues long after the excitement fades. High performers do not wake up asking whether they feel like executing. They build structures that remove negotiation. Fixed wake-up times, non-negotiable training blocks, clear priorities written the night before. Environment designed for focus. When the system is strong, you don't debate, you execute. Not because you are inspired, but because that is who you are. Treat time as your most valuable asset. Every minute wasted is life unrecoverable. The hour spent scrolling yesterday is gone forever. The energy spent complaining evaporated. Most people say they lack time. They do not lack time. They lack control over attention. 2 hours per day lost to distraction equals 30 full days per year. A month of your life traded for stimulation that produces nothing. Meanwhile, someone else uses those same 2 hours to build skill, leverage, competence. Same 24 hours, different allocation. Discipline is not only effort, it is protection. Protecting your mornings, protecting your focus, protecting your standards. Seneca wrote that it is not that we have little time, but that we waste much of it. When you internalize that truth, discipline stops feeling like sacrifice and starts feeling like strategy. You are not what you say about yourself. You are not what you plan to become. You are what you repeatedly do. If you consistently break promises to yourself, that is your identity. And this internal contradiction destroys discipline before it stabilizes. The solution is not positive thinking. The solution is aligned action. Want to be disciplined? Act like a disciplined man daily. Want to be reliable? Keep small commitments consistently. Every action is a vote for the person you are becoming. Each time you follow through, you reinforce self-trust. Each time you quit, you weaken it. Discipline becomes natural when identity and behavior align. When you trust yourself, discipline stops feeling forced. It becomes expression. The most powerful discipline is invisible. It happens when no one is watching. It is making your bed, cleaning your space, finishing what you start, keeping order in small things. These actions seem insignificant, but discipline is fractal. How you handle the small reflects how you handle the large. The man who cannot manage his environment cannot manage his destiny. Public intensity without private consistency is performance. Real strength is built in silence. Here is the truth. Knowledge without application is entertainment disguised as growth. Watching this changes nothing. Agreement changes nothing. Only execution transforms you. Tomorrow morning your mind will negotiate again. It will suggest comfort. It will suggest delay. That voice will not disappear, but now you recognize it. And every time you override it, you reinforce a new identity. A man who finishes what he starts. A man who does not collapse under pressure. A man who builds instead of excuses. If you are serious about developing this level of discipline, about reconstructing your identity through structured mental conditioning, then take the next step. The Master Your Mind program was built to turn philosophy into daily psychological training, not surface motivation, but internal architecture. The link is in the description. Build your system, build your identity, build your mind, subscribe, stay committed, and I'll see you in the next video.